helpful in E major blues. We're going to use the Elmore pedal throughout this lesson. This is a tool that can slow down any song on the internet. We're going to start by hitting the bass line, just the bass line. I want to have you play it in position 1. So just watch, and I'll walk you through it. That's the most important thing in here. It's the moving bass line. If you isolate it, it just looks like this. Playing in position 1 means anytime, like your fingers are locked on these frets. Anytime you see the 2nd fret pop up, the middle finger is assigned to the 2nd fret. Anytime you see the 4th fret, the pinky finger is assigned to the 4th fret. This is a way you can play passages, like any fretted instrument does this. Bass players do this, violins not fretted, but violins do this too. So position 1, open E string. Pinky goes on 4 of the E. This can be uncomfortable to some people, just going straight into the pinky. I really want you to use that finger. That will be important for things later on. 3rd note, middle finger is going to play 2 on the A. Sometimes I have students just sit and grind out these 3 notes. Make sure they're comfortable with it, because these can be unusual fingers to start a phrase with. So grind on that if you need it. If you don't, that's okay too. The 4th note, pinky goes on 4 of the A. Then you're going to hit 2 of the D. This is with your middle finger. Let's just do that much so far. Nice and slow, follow me. Almost done, 3 notes left. You're going to go immediately to 2nd fret of the A, so that the middle finger does a little hop. Just kind of hop up the string. Next note is pinky goes on 4 of the A. Now I want to do everything just up to here. Hopping to the A, same fret, pinky on 4 of the same string. Very last note is 2 of the D. We've been there before. Let's play the whole thing nice and slow. You want to get that as secure as possible, because the next thing we add is going to make things way more complicated. This is kind of like level 1, you know? So I encourage students to practice just that at 80 beats per minute, let's say. It would look like this. The Elmore pedal can slow down and rewind any song on the internet, which means you get to keep your hand on the guitar while you loop this practice, and you get to find your threshold. If 80 doesn't work for you, you have the power to change it. It's Bluetooth, so you just set it on the ground, tap it twice to slow the song, tap and hold once to rewind. Then you just hit play. So the second thing we're going to add is we're going to play half of an E minor chord. The index finger goes on 1st fret of the G. You're also going to play the B and the high E string for that sound there. This is going to happen in between every single bass note. I'm going to show you just the first 3 notes are going to look like this. Open E string, you play that half of an E major chord. We immediately start off with one of the trickiest things, which is your pinky has to go to the 4th fret of the E. This stretch can be hard for some of my students. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Let me keep rolling here. So the first 3 notes are going to be this. Open E, play the E chord, 4th fret of the E. Okay, Couple things. I have really tiny hands. Did you see me kind of bend into that as I did it? This is difficult for me. Not impossible, but it's a little, I have to think about what I'm doing. A couple of my students, if they need to, they can kind of float the index finger. So that would be there. They'll kind of lift up the index finger, float it just a little bit so the hand can move, and then they'll float it back right away. So if you're good with the jumps, that's actually a really good skill to have anyway. The other way, I do have people kind of practice their stretch by optimizing their posture. Sometimes pointing the neck just a little bit up to the ceiling helps you extend your reach. This is a little tip from classical guitar. You know, classical is like, it's up here. Classical is extreme. You don't have to be that extreme. But you can hack the classical thing. Tip the neck up just a little bit. See if that helps your reach. It usually does. So let's keep going. Let's play these first 3 notes and freeze. We're going to play half of the E chord next. Middle finger is going to come to 2 on the A. You can release your pinky. Let's just do that much. Then your pinky's going to go down on 4 of the A. We kind of already practiced this. And if you notice, we're back to this index here, pinky here thing. So this stretch appears a lot in this exercise, which is why it's intermediate, kind of, sort of advanced. So let's play everything up to there. Follow me. Then your middle finger is going to go on 2 of the D, right? Pluck the D string, strum half the E chord. Then your middle finger is going to do that hop. It's going to hop up to 2 of the A. You pluck that note. Not that note, you pluck this note. Hey. And then you strum half of the E chord. I want to do everything up to there because I did miss a note, which might be confusing for you guys. So real nice and slow. Let's go. Here's the hop. Good, and we're almost at the end. The end is going to be pinky on 4 of the A. Hit the half chord. Middle finger on 2 of the D. Hit the half chord. Sometimes, like I know I'm saying this a lot, sometimes I'll just have my students isolate that section and practice that. Having a strong ending can be important. So we'll just sit there, we'll roll on that. Do you guys know the term woodshed? If you know what that means, leave it in a comment below. So let me show you how that would look. It would be pinky on 4 of the A, strum the E, half of the E chord, middle finger on 2 of the D, and just go back and forth. And then you do the whole thing again. That's the end. Pick, let's talk about this first. Here's how the picking goes. Alternate picking sounds so good on this, but it is a little more advanced. Watch this. Downstroke on the bass note, upstroke on the chord. If you can do that through this whole thing, you will get a killer like attitude, a killer sound. Sometimes I add a palm mute in there too if I want to. Like it would sound like that with palm muting. So let me show you that really slow. Forget the palm muting for now. I just want to look at the alternate picking. Sometimes strumming up on just 3 strings can be, you feel a little lost. Here's what it's going to look like. Open E, upstroke on just 3 strings. That was kind of slow, so I'm going to do that again. Open E, upstroke. Couple things. Sometimes I do miss, because I'm a musician and this is fun and I get excited and sometimes I put extra adrenaline into my strums. So yeah, sometimes I miss and I do 4 strings, just for example. I tend to help myself, and again, this is an advanced thing, by being aware of what my other fingers are doing. Like if my fingers are just hanging out, I might use one to mute the D string. So if I do accidentally hit that D, oops, there we go. This guy is muting the strings I don't want. Really advanced thing now. We're really diving into like lots of details sitting on top of one concept. We're gonna do the whole thing slow together. I'm gonna put a metronome on this too. And yes, I'm doing this section of the video on purpose because if you have the Elmore pedal, you can use this section to just slow down, rewind, or speed up. If this is too slow for you, you can speed it up. But okay, this company's new, so if you don't have the Elmore pedal, I'm gonna give this to you at 50 beats per minute anyway. Let's do it. So feel free to take those sections, slow them down, speed them up, find your threshold. Now if you got Buddy, you can have your Buddy solo in E major pentatonic, which is right here. If this video was helpful, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe. My name's Lindy Day. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Check out the Elmore pedal. Links are below.